Hey guys, my name is Kevin Carden. I am a photographer and digital artist, and welcome to a brand new Photoshop tutorial. We are doing one of these every single day in the month of June, and so I hope that you have been enjoying these. If you are looking for more in-depth Photoshop tutorials, I do have a Gumroad account where I have over 20 Photoshop tutorials. These are hours and hours long. I go through many tips and techniques that I use. I include all of the PSD files and stock images as well. So I'll put a link in the description if you're interested, but those are available if you are interested in learning more about Photoshop. For today, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to show you a few techniques on how to improve your fire images. So I got this image right here. I actually got a book, an old book, bought it at the thrift store, set it on fire, and this is what I got when I took the picture. This is just straight out of the camera. There's nothing really going on here. I thought it was going to spark a lot more. I thought it was going to be a lot more interesting. This is actually pretty boring. And so what I wanted to do is just kind of make this image look a little bit more interesting. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I notice it's just too black back here. It's just black. We have a nice bright oranges on the left and just black on the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab some of these blue colors that are kind of in the scene already because there's like some window light or something's going on. And I'm just going to paint some blue colors over here on the right side. And we've talked about this before, like the complementary colors, like using your blues and your yellows and your oranges. So I'm just going to do that and just bring out a little bit of blue over here on the right side. That's the first thing I'm going to do, just make it a little more interesting on that side. And then the next thing I want to do is I'm going to go to another picture that I had taken in the past of fire, and it actually was sparking. And so this picture right here, this is a picture of a fireplace. This is nothing really fancy. It's just a fireplace. There's some logs on the fire, and all the embers were just kind of crackling and popping, and I took a picture of it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a lasso tool here, and I'm just going to kind of cut that out, copy it, and just bring it right over here and paste it right on top of these flames and change my blend mode to screen. And so already, man, that looks just like that. Looks much more interesting than it did a few minutes ago. And so that's one thing that we can do. But another thing I want to do is that you notice that these flames right here are nice and sharp. This part of the book is nice and sharp. And so having these embers sharp is okay. But as we start moving to the right side of the screen and further away from the camera, you know that it gets more blurry and blurrier. And so we want to make sure that these embers aren't just sharp everywhere. We want to have some blurry embers as well. So what I want to do for that is I want to get these embers again, but I don't want to get all of them. So I'm just going to like select a few of these embers just here and there. I don't want to get like hundreds of them. I just want to get a few little embers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these in to my project, and I'm going to paste it in there, and then we're going to blur it. But I just want to make sure I get a few, make sure we don't get too many of them, and make sure they're kind of random. So I'm just randomly grabbing different embers. That should be good enough. Let's bring them in, and there they are with the black on them already. So let's just change that to screen, and now they are visible like this. Now to get them blurry in the background, what I'm going to do is go to filter and blur gallery and do field blur. And what field blur does is you can change the amount of blur as much as you want to. So if I drag this little wheel here all the way to the left, they get more blurrier, but they are harder to see. So you need to work on your effects here and make sure that your light bokeh starts going up. So just bring your light bokeh up. You can bring your bokeh color in as well to get a little bit more saturation. And then you can play around with the amount of blur that you want. I think somewhere like right in here is going to be fine, just like that. And you can also add little pegs here and there to make it blurrier over here and then less blurry over here on the left. And so you can play around with your field blur and add selective blur all over the scene, and it looks really cool like that. So I just did a blur over here on the right side, get a few of these nice little bokeh circles here, and then just a small blur on the left side. So they're just slightly out of focus. When you're happy with that, hit the OK button at the top, and It's going to process this blur, and there you go. That's what we have there. So let's go ahead and take all three of these layers, put them in a group. This is our before, and this is our after. And so just a few little layers, a few little adjustments of colors, and you can create something a lot more creative with your fire images. You know, take other pictures of fire. Fire is going to act different every single time you take it. And so save all of those fire pictures and just change that blend mode to screen, and you can create some really creative, in this case, a book that's on fire. But whatever you want to do, just have fun with it and play with that filled blur as well. Guys, that's all I've got for today. This was just a quick tip on how I enhance some of my fire pictures. I hope you enjoyed it. But we have another tutorial tomorrow and for every single day in the month of June. And so I hope you are enjoying these and practicing these tips and techniques on your own. But guys, have a good one, and I'll see you again at the next video.